All right. Fun. Math is fun. Math is great.
I hate math.
He hates math. All right. Sorry about that. You can see my ugly butt up here. All right. So I have the webcam enabled up here, so I'm trying to make it a little bit more personable instead of you always just seeing a piece of paper. So we're going to try to do it up here this time. We have relating division and multiplication. Today is a fairly easy topic. It's Emmeline Keithley, Mom and Dad. I'm getting after it now. All right. So we're going to talk about fact families on here. All right. And a fact family is a group of related facts that use the same numbers. You can use fact families to relate multiplication and division. Now, seriously, this is a really easy assignment today. It shouldn't take us that long. Give you guys a little extra time to work on to finish your Native American projects and practice before you talk. So, example 1. Cheryl is helping to put away 18 basketballs after practice. She places them on a rack that has 3 shelves. How many basketballs can she put on each shelf? So all they're asking you to do right now is, technically, we are asking you to take 18 divided by 3. Now what they're doing is all this fact family, okay? They give you, you basically have this number 18, 3, and 6. Because hopefully you know that what times 6 equals 18?
3.
You know that 6 times 3 equals 18. So these are your 3 numbers you're going to have here. This one, and this one. This is a fact family, okay? You're just using these 3 digits, and you're putting down all the multiplication problems, all the division problems, so that you can see, like, oh, this is what this equals. All right, so let's go. So 18 divided by 3, you already said, is what?
6.
It's 6. So Cheryl can put 6 basketballs on each shelf. Now again, you said right here, 6 times 3, 3 times 6. Now the other part of the fact family, this is the multiplication part of the fact family. The other part is the division part. You're going to have 2 division, 2 multiplication problems. You got 18 divided by 6, which is 3. And you got 18 divided by 3, which is 6. All right? So this is your whole fact family right here that you're going to be doing. Right there. And they have down here, it says draw the equal amounts right here. Now you could have taken the total 18. You could have said, well, there's 3 shelves, so I guess I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. How many basketballs are there?
3. 1.
Well, 3 there, but how many total are there?
18.
Okay, we already said there were 18. So you can, because I had a little girl that did this once, and I think it was at Dolan's, where she only used this method where she drew every circle out. She got everything right, but it took her forever to do it, which eventually she learned how to do, just remembering the multiplication facts. But she did like 1, 2, 3, and then she's like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Hey, I got 18. So she did that. She knew she had to split it up into 18 into 3 sections. So it's a little bit easier for you to say, oh, I know 6 times 3 is 18, so that's going to be the answer. But she had to draw it out, which is perfectly fine if you have to. For a while, then eventually hopefully it'll just come to you. So then you count, there are 6 in each row. So 3 times 6 equals 18. So there are 6 basketballs on each shelf, 3 shelves, 3 times 6 is 18. All right? So moving on to the next page, which you see I've already done from last year. I got to delete some of this. Oh.
7 to 8 and 9.
Yeah, this probably was last year when I taught 5th grade. I had the 2 classes I taught. All right, so an equation. An equation is a number sentence that contains an equal sign. You can use related facts to help find the unknown or a missing value in an equation. You can use a variable or a letter. So it doesn't matter which letter you use. Say that with me. It doesn't matter which letter you use. Except X. I wouldn't use X. Because it looks like a times thing. I wouldn't use a T because it looks an awful lot like a plus. Okay, I wouldn't use those. But it doesn't matter which letter you use. So down here on this example, what they're trying to explain to you is just a little bit of algebra. Now, Ellie is creating gift bags for her party guests. She wants to divide 56 pencils equally among the 7 gift bags. So there's my numbers. I need to make them equal. How many pencils will go in each bag? So how many total pencils do I have? Obviously, you should see that the bigger number is the one that's going to go first because you're dividing that number by the smaller number, okay? And then we have how many gift bags?
7.
So you're going to put 7 here. This right here, looking at your definition up there that you can't see anymore, but you can see it on your sheet. What do you think that P is? What's the definition up there that the P is?
8.
Huh?
8.
Well, you know the answer is 8, but I'm saying looking at this definition up here on your sheet, which one of those yellow words does the P represent?
Unknown.
It's an unknown,
Oh, yeah.
but it's also a variable. Okay? We don't know this, so we slap a letter there. This is like putting a big, gigantic question mark. That's what that is. But a question mark is kind of generic, and we don't want to put a question mark. We want to make sure that we have a letter there. It looks fancy. Trust me. You're going to see in algebra it's going to look like that. But for now, we have the letter P. I see why you wouldn't use the letter X here. Equals X. Wouldn't you be confused if you're looking at that right there and you see 56 divided by 7 equals times what? Right? So you wouldn't want to do that right there because that just confuses you. Now Asher already said, if he looks at a fact family, he's got 56 and 7. So he's like, well, 56 divided by 7 equals what?
8.
8, because 8 times 7. Then he's like, well, 56 divided by 8 equals what?
7.
7. Now I got 2 multiplication problems to do. So I'm going to say, what is 8 times 7?
56.
And then we have 7 times 8, which is?
56.
That's my fact family. And that's how I know that this equals 8 right here. So 56 divided by 7 is 8. Since P equals 8, Ellie will put 8 pencils in each bag. Yes. Yes. Have I got this?
No.
Ethan, you got this? Yep.
He's got it. Yeah.
He's got it. All right, moving on. Some guided practice. All right, so we have complete the fact family for 9, 8, and 72. They give you 3 numbers today, and all they want you to do is put them together in 2 division. 1, 2, 2 division. All right, Maddie, go ahead, try it.
The thing is going to be 9.
Okay.
And then on 1 it's going to be 8.
Okay.
And then 72 divided by 8 is 9.
Okay, and
72 divided by 9 is 8.
good job. What are we going to put up here on the top?
72.
That's the big number up top, and then
8. 9.
good job, Maddie. Clear as mud. Pretty easy, right? Okay.
This is not easy. Mud isn't clear.
You want it to know. All right, divide. Now, here's what I often tell kids to do, Ethan. If you have a hard time seeing 48 divided by something equals 6. If you have a hard time looking at that and thinking 48 divided by, reverse it. Okay, reverse it. What I mean by that is make this a times multiplication symbol. See how that kind of looks like an equal symbol? Now 6 times what equals 48? 6 times what equals 48? 8. Right? So 48, as you can see up here, 48 divided by 8 is 6. If you just reverse it, you just say, well, hey, this is going to be a times and that's going to be equals. Well, hey, 6 times 8 is
It
48.
already gives you it.
Well, I told you there. All right. You can do the same thing here because it doesn't give you this one here. You can say, well, times, and this is not going to be equal. What times 5 equals 40? 8, right? It gives you that right there, so then you know that 5 times 8 is 40.
No, it's probably 80 because we have a 0 there. Yeah.
I hear a no. As long as I heard a no, we're going to keep practicing. Mainly because this right here is kind of confusing.
You should give us extra homework.
I will give you extra All right, here we go. Hey, pictures. The pictures are kind of difficult. Sometimes you don't always know what it's asking you to do. Okay. So on this one here, it looks like we have how many rows or columns? Sorry, how many columns? 3. So we have. Let's put a 3 here. How many rows do we have?
4,
5. Okay, and how many total are there?
15.
So it looks to me like we're going to do a fact family for this. They give you 4 blanks, so you're going to do a multiply, multiply, divide, divide. All right, so let's do with the multiplication first. Which one are you going to do first? Ethan, go ahead. 5 times 3 equals 15. Do the next one, Ethan.
3 times 5 is 15.
Yes, sir.
Can I get the next one?
Yep, go ahead.
15 divided by 5 equals 20.
And the last one.
5 divided by 3 is 15.
No. 15 divided by 3 is.
Wait, 15 divided by 3 equals 5.
Yeah. You said 5 divided by 3 is 15. Yeah, there you go. Pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
How about this one right here? How many columns do we have?
2.
2. Write that down. How many rows? How many blocks do we have?
8.
Looks like.
What?
Yeah, it looks like there's 8 there. And how many total blocks are there?
16.
So it looks like our fact family is going to be that. So you mark your multiplication down, divide, divide. Libby, you want to do the first one? Let's do this one right here. 2 times 8 is what?
16.
So what's the other one then? Reverse those numbers. Huh? 8 times what?
I lost them too.
Yeah.
I know.
8 times
2?
what?
Oh my god.
You only got those 3 numbers to deal with.
Well, you could just do it. Just 2.
Yeah, equals 16. Who wants to do the division ones?
Me.
Emma.
16 divided by 2 is 8. And then 16 divided by 8 is 2.
That's pretty easy, right? Pretty easy.
Yeah, now.
I'm not going to do any more of those problems, but we are going to do a couple of these because these have missing facts in here, all right? These have missing facts. I see some of you working on homework, so that means I'm going to start taking homework back
No.
so you don't have time to work on it.
Asher.
All right, come here. Listen. We have this problem right here. We are used to seeing the number here. So remember when I said if you do a reversal, make the equal of times, make this equals. What's 9 times 9?
81.
81 goes there.
I always think it's close.
Same thing with this one right here. Look,
What page is
make the equal sign a multiplication sign, make this an equal sign. Same thing you do every time. Make the equal sign a multiplication sign, make the division equal. What? 4 times 8 equals what?
32.
This one here's a little different. Again, same thing applies. Make this a multiplication, make this an equal. 8 times what equals 40?
5.
Pretty easy, right? Make this a multiplication. No, Ethan. 7 times what equals 63?
9.
9. You just have to reverse it. Down here at the very bottom is where the actual unknowns is the thing that I said you probably will struggle with a little bit. This first one's not too bad because 2 times what equals 12?
6.
That's pretty easy. 8 times what equals 24? 9 times g equals Hey, that was easy.
How do we know what the How do we know what the letters mean?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yay!
All right, do your homework, and when you are finished, let's go. Let's look at the homework real quick to see if there's any questions on it before we get going. This is pretty easy. Yes. Hey, look up here. Go through here for me and go ahead and put times, divide, and then put an equal sign. Do that for all of those so you know there's just 4. There's 2 multiplication, 2 divides. Okay, all 3 of those you need to do that for. Next page. Because you look at this and say 3 times y equals 45. Basically, you look at it that way.
I know I'm done.
No, you're not. This should be pretty self-explanatory to you, I think. Just so you know that almost all of this division. You can start on your homework. Your homework, again, is pages 161 and 162. Turn it in when you're done. Make sure your name is at the top of it. If you got any questions, Mrs. Stalker's in here and I'm in here. Feel free to work with a partner on it. Remember what I said yesterday, though? Just because your partner knows how to do it, and if you don't, that's not really helping yourself now, is it? And it kind of showed on the test yesterday how some of us really knew what we were doing. Some of us didn't, and I'm betting those are the people who wanted to be like a barnacle on the bottom of a ship. Stick to you. Right, so get busy. Yes. Yes. Yeah, when you finish, go ahead and open up your slides and work on that.
Work on what?
We're going to do half of them today, and then we'll do half of them tomorrow.
And then which half are we